ladies and gentlemen, I am back again. But today I am going to give you some fantastic tips out of the experience that I have gained to help you survive in the dog eat dog world. Most of you will be working in 9-to-5 jobs. Nothing wrong with that. If that is where you want to be, that is where you are. But even here, you have to survive. Everybody out there is there to get you, to put you down. How do you survive? So I am going to pick certain topics that are going to help you survive in today's dog eat dog corporate office world. Today I am going to talk to you about how to respond or react to a nasty mail. Who doesn't have a horrible boss?
Let me tell you something. You stupid little runt. I own you. You're my bitch.
A boss who uses you for target practice. An indifferent boss. A nasty boss. A boss who is always picking on you and ensuring that you feel down and out. Everyone has one. And today I'm going to give you tips on how to handle nasty mails coming out of that horrible boss of yours. A small piece of advice here. These tips or techniques also works on that oversmart colleague of yours who wants to stab you in your back and stomp over you to move ahead, not bothering whether you are dead on the ground or still limping alive.
You've got mail.
Ting tong, and in pops a mail. You're already anxious because you see it is from your boss. You open it and expect what you were expecting anyway, a nasty mail. Even though you were on the right, he sends you a mail. What are you going to do now? Are you going to feel sad, feel angry, feel frustrated, feel worried that you're going to lose your job, and then start palpitating? I will say, just relax. Today, I will tell you how to handle those kind of nasty mails. And this is not coming out of some blog or somebody else's video. This is coming out of the experience of mine, and that is 34 years of experience dealing with people, being in the leadership role, being led by other bosses, and how I have survived till date and done well as well. As Shakespeare said, to be or not to be, that is the question. But today the question is to respond or to react. Before we get there, let me tell you how not to react or respond to these kind of nasty mails. Do not overreact. Do not immediately start typing and putting all your frustration into it. Do not let your emotions flow out of you and get into that mail. You do any of this, a mail is like that arrow. Once it has left the bow, it is not possible to go and catch it and retrieve back. Even if you think there are recall mail procedures most of the time, especially during these kind of situations, they just do not work. So let's get to it, and let me give you the tips on how to respond or react to these kind of mails. Most of the people will tell you, do not react to any of these kind of mails. Always think and respond. But I am going to tell you, there are times when you have to react as well. If you have to react, you have to react. So be it. Don't be afraid. Tip number 1. Take 3 long breaths. Don't worry, I will explain it later. Tip number 2. Procrastinate. Tip number 3. When you receive that nasty mail, read it at least 3 times before you start typing the reply. Tip number 4. Structure your mail around the facts. Tip number 5. Before you shoot out that mail, I suggest use the phone or have an in-person one-on-one meeting to clear the air. Alright, let me now explain each of the 5 tips that I have provided you. Tip number 1. Take 3 long breaths. Breaths, is it even a word? Yes, it is. It is the complete process of breathing. That means taking a deep breath inside and then breathing out. Well, this was taught to us when we were cadets in the Navy, and we had this tough PTI. PTI stands for Physical Training Instructor. He was Petty Officer BC. After giving us 2 hours of strenuous exercises early in the morning at 5 o'clock, he used to give us 5 minutes to relax and tell us, take 3 long breaths, cadets. So we used to take our 3 long breaths. Seriously, that is actually finding peace within ourselves. That's the first thing that you require when you receive a nasty mail from a nasty boss or a cunning colleague. Tip number 2, procrastination. If I asked you if procrastination is good or bad in your life, you would probably say it is bad. Procrastination simply means to delay or postpone an action. In all areas of your life's growth, procrastination is bad. But in this situation of a nasty mail, it is the best thing that you can do. No one is going to kill you if you delay the mail by 1 hour. That 1 hour is all you require to clear your head and draft a very professional mail. Tip number 3. Read that nasty mail 3 times. Mails are not essays, so you have the time. Even if you felt that you understood the mail the very first time you read, I recommend read it 2 more times. Remember that cognitive bias where you try and assign meaning to what people say, what people do, or what people write? Well, believe you me, reading that mail 3 times will always clear many biases that may be lingering in your mind. And I'm not asking you to read all your mails 3 times. It is just this mail because it is nasty and you got to be careful. Tip number 4. Structure your mail around the facts. Do not fire randomly all over the place and expect to hit the target. If you fire all your emotions into that mail, rest assured, it will backfire. And then starts that email war. What a bloody waste of time. If you followed my 4 tips, then you are now at peace with yourself. You have read the mail 3 times. You have procrastinated. You have also structured the draft around the facts. But do not shoot that mail till you listen to my 5th advice or tip. Tip number 5, the most important one. Establish one-on-one communication. Check if that nasty boss of yours or that conniving colleague of yours is in the office. Go meet him, face him, and try and clear the air. If they are not in the office, that's fine. Pick up the phone, give a call, try and clear the air. And if the air is still not clear, shoot that mail out. And be ready for war if required. So ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, let's summarize. Number 1, take 3 long breaths. Number 2, procrastinate. Delay the action. Number 3, read that damn mail 3 times. Number 4, structure that mail reply of yours around the facts. And the most important one, number 5, always first establish a one-on-one face-to-face communication or via phone to clear the air. Hope you guys liked what I had to give you. This is out of my experience, not from anybody else's blog or video. And I will be back with more tips on how to survive in this dog-eat-dog corporate world.